Welcome back to another episode of Bucking Firewood. I know it's been a while in dealing with, my messed up hand. Went through the log splitter. Through the Black Creek 2500. This finger is still not really doing much. Need a knuckle there, but anyways, enough of that. I've been having a lot of issues there with the Black Creek. That's kind of why we haven't really been videotaped much. We did a lot of modifications, stuff like that, and I'll get into better detail after we finish a few more modifications to it. But I'll flip you guys around. As you can see, we're still using it. It's cut a lot of wood. It made it possible to get that guy down there. You can't really see him now, but we'll get a better close-up. Yeah. So we bought this Hitachi ZW50 loader. Picked up a nice rock bucket. Started off back there, dumping everything right on the ground. Tried picking it up and started scraping the ground pretty badly. Made quite the mess, so looked into putting concrete down, but it was too late in the season to get an order this year. Managed to find a big steel bin here. Cut the one wall off, dropped her down, welded it back on, and braced it all up. Now we dump everything right off the Black Creek into here. As you know, this is pretty well the heaviest snowfall we've gotten and the coldest it's been since winter, well, fall has arrived. It's December something, I don't even know, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, I don't know. Anyways, so yeah, we fill up the bin, and then back up here and take a look, grab that rock bucket, load up the bin, and load this trailer here. Trailer is measured out 5 cords, stacked and loose, but we had to do a lot of feathering out the load on top, make it perfectly level, and then started becoming a kind of a pain being 500 cords behind. Rather just load and go. So we raised it up another 6 inches. Now we just fill it up best we can with the rock bucket, throw the tarp on, and away we go. Customers are getting a little more than half a cord. And over here, this is where a house used to be. With somewhat of a concrete pad and a little bit of a foundation left on it. Which just happens to give us enough room to load dump trucks, triaxles, which hold about 13 cords of wood. Got a nice little plow there, the old log truck still sitting here not doing anything. Over here we got our camp firewood for next year, the birch. But due to lack of trucks available for delivering firewood, the cost of birch and poplar have pretty well matched the price of maple and oak. So we find there's really no reason to continue with the birch. It's pretty messy, lots of paper, lots of garbage. So I think we're just going to switch everything to maple and just run with that. Over here we got 2, 4, 6, 8 bags of poplar, bone dry poplar, ready to burn. Poplar around here doesn't sell very well. I know in other places they sell great, but here not so well. People don't like how fast it burns. And when it's the only thing left in the yard that is dry, they tend to go fairly quickly. And we got a few bags for some of the stores for the winter months. Still got more to bag up. In the back there we have half cord bags. And they're for Arona on Manitoulin Island and Elliott Lake Massey. Here we have customer orders for pickup. One phase cord, perfectly stacked, measured. Looks really good. Over here we have trying to get ambushed every now and again and can't seem to keep up. But here we have a whole whack of empty racks. So it means there's 9 racks here. But 2 lifts of 2x4s to make as many rocks as I possibly can. In the summer we seem to get wiped out fairly quick. And, you pick it up with the bucket out of this bin, everything seems to fall off. Or a lot of it falls off, not everything, but so we use just load the rocks right there. Seems to be a good spot for now. Eventually I'd like to get some sort of a table that we can dump on, sort of like the bagging station that we created. Go for a little ride here. We upgraded, now we got gas and diesel in the yard. Diesel can used to be here, but we moved it out by the processor. But she's pretty thirsty. I don't know if you can see there in the back, there's another gas can behind this processor. Just a smaller one. Instead of carrying the cans back and forth, we're able to fill it up. And here's our little station for creating these bags. Got kindling and bags. Kind of sort of see. Step out, maybe give you a better view. Kind of hard to see from here. Open the door on the old Hitachi. So here we got enough room for 2 people to bag simultaneously. Have 2 tipping trays, you fill them up with the wood. Have to get rid of all the snow. Tip them over. We can load this up with the rock bucket. Right now we have the Easton made set up. We got a big bag of kindling that's going to get turned into these little guys and shipped out to stores and whatnot. But this bagging table will hold about 2 face cords. They're almost 2 face cords. Over here we've got our homemade bag holder, which we're gonna have to fix up a little better because his spring idea doesn't seem to work very well. Got our Easton made access. Takes care of most of our bag wood and stuff. And soon enough that'll be our bag wood specialty. Because now we have a processor. Here's the ZW50 loader from Hitachi. This thing is probably one of the best purchases we've had. It's nice to be enclosed in the heat. Got a coffee holder here. Keep your Tim Hortons nice and warm in the heat. Keeps the operator out of the weather. Right now this thing runs pretty well from the time we get in to the time we go home. It doesn't stop. Here we're starting to stockpile back on the ground again now that everything's starting to freeze up. Hopefully next year we'll pave this whole area so that we have a nice clean area to pick up. Got our old forklift, we use that for what we call the Kamer bin. and it holds just put a cord, one face cord, 1 1/4 face cords, and we're able to dump it a little bit higher than the Hitachi. And the ground's soft, we'll use the bin. We'll stack it up higher. Today it's -13, which is cold as, but as cold as you really want it. So the ground's nice and hard now. So we'll be able to process onto the ground. We've got our old Road Range 502 conveyor that we modified. You guys watch previous videos, you know that the belt on that was really crappy design. It was tracking back and forth, and there was absolutely no way to fix that other than to cut it off and put a chain on it. So that's what we did. A little motor on there, and now it's chain driven. Well, the motor was at the bottom, we moved that to the top. A couple of sprockets, chain drive, and away we went. And here's a little peek of the Multi-Tech 2025. I believe it's a 48-inch slasher blade on there. I'm told the teeth are dull, but it seems to cut a hell of a lot better than a chainsaw. Really wasn't too sure about this clam, but it seems to be earning its keep as I'm getting used to using it, learning how to use it and stuff. This live deck was a creation of Buckin Firewood down in Trout Creek, south of North Bay. That's who I bought this machine from. And didn't have a live deck because the previous owner was out in New Brunswick or something like that. All Things Redneck, his YouTube channel is. Shout out to him. Thanks for giving up your machine. We're going to hopefully create a lot of wood with this. The only thing I don't really like is that there's no wheels on it, so we'll have to either figure out how to make it work in one spot or put a set of axles down there so we can move it around the yard. But very capable of running a lot of wood. Blacks Creek, you can't seem to get much more than 10 maybe 15 face cord on a really good day. As if all the wood that we have is good. Unfortunately, whatever's in the bush is what you end up with. Here's our diesel tank that feeds the processor and keeps that thing going. Over here we have our oversized stuff. And this is a little bit of a log supply. We got maybe 8 to 10 truckloads in this area. I have a lot more, but you notice some of the logs are kind of small. Which is another reason why we're keeping the Blacks Creek around. It's a lot safer to run that through the chainsaw than it is to run that through that big saw. It's a little bit of a dirt pile and a whole bunch of garbage. Hopefully next year we'll get this excavated. We'll pull that mountain down over there, shift that across over here, reclaim some more land, and be able to stockpile more wood, more finished product. Eventually we'll have the entire yard paved and try to keep our product as clean as possible. Over here we have room for about maybe eight loads of wood on that one row. when that's filled up, we have another spot right beside it that we can fill right up. Put another 8 loads or so. And like to maybe put a pile there, just 1 full load of logs, then run that machine and see how long it takes to run a full truckload of firewood. The loads come in at about 40 face cord a load, give or take a bit. But, yeah, like there's lots more to come. I don't have a way to hold on to this phone while I'm running this machine. It takes 2 hands to run it, so we'll figure that out. Maybe get a tripod or something. Hold on to the phone. I bought a little phone holder, and that lasted all of about 3 seconds. Stuck very well to the window, but the clip on it busted, and well, that was the end of that. We'll get something else a little more sturdy, more stable. Anyways, thanks for watching. Lots more to come. Sorry it's been a while since I've recorded anything. Still got lots of answers. I'm sure everybody's asking about the kiln and stuff like that, how it worked. We'll get talking about that in a future video, not too far away, I hope. Anyways, thanks again for watching. Be safe, be cool, and have fun.